o'zbek aloqalariga qo'limdan kelganicha hissa qo'shib kelyapman.
For 45 years he has been contributing to the Indian studies in Uzbekistan and being active in various formats of cooperation.
Kasbim taqozosidan kelib chiqib, Hindistonlik juda ko'p kino yulduzlar bilan uchrashib, suhbatlash imkoniga ega bo'lganman. Raj Kapur sohibdan tortib, mana Mithun Chakrabortigacha.
Slide o'tkazib turinglar. Ayni aytayotganlaringiz narsalarni ko'rishimiz kerak. Because of or thanks to his profession, he used to meet Indian Bollywood stars, starting Raj Kapoor and Mithun Chakraborty, and dozens mega stars of the Indian films.
Shundan xulosa qilgan holda, demak, juda saxiylik bilan bir yaxshi ishga qo'l urilgan guvohi bo'lgan holda, men o'zim qo'limdan kelganicha o'sha televideniya, radioga bog'liq yoki o'sha kinolarga bog'liq yo'nalishda o'z hissamni qo'shishga tayyorman.
And our ustaz Ahmad Qasimov is expressing his readiness that cooperation between Uzbekistan and India can be explored in the field of tourism. So therefore he is ready. He expresses his readiness to support these initiatives through TV channels, media and cinema.
İlk bor Jannat nomli badiiy filmni hindi tilidan o'zbek tiliga o'girganimda bosh rolni Govinda o'ynagan edi.
E'tibor Jannat.
Filmning nomi Jannat.
Jannat film. There was a very famous Indian film Jannat, that means paradise. So the main actor was Govinda.
Mana nasib bo'lsa iyun oyining 17-sida Govinda janoblarining O'zbekistonga kelishi kutilmoqda.
That's why on the 17th of June, as this mega star of Indian film, Govinda is about to visit Uzbekistan.
Shu o'rinda shuni ham aytib qo'yishim lozimki, 25 yildan beri Yoshlar radio kanalida Namaste Hindiston degan dasturimiz davom etib kelmoqda.
And as I said earlier, for 25 years he has been leading or a kind of RG, radio DJ, and also introducing Indian culture, commentaries, quizzes through various interesting formats. He has been leading Namaste Hindustan radio show.
Radioning 25 yil davomida kelishiga sabab shu xalqimizni Hind diyoriga bo'lgan qiziqishi. Bunga sabab qilib masalan qo'shni respublikalardan, Qozog'istondan, Tojikistondan, Qirg'izistondan ham juda ko'p maktublar keladi.
Even so, this TV channel is aired or broadcasted from Tashkent, but he gets letters of interest, questions from all our neighboring countries because they listen to the Uzbek radio.
E'tiboringlar uchun rahmat. Salomat bo'linglar.
Thank you very much for your attention. As His Excellency mentioned it, that he is ready to support this initiative in promoting Farg'ona Valley to Indian audience. So'z katta rahmat sizga vaqtingiz uchun, e'tiboringiz uchun va albatta o'sha aytayotganingizdek Govinda kabi mega yulduzlarni mamlakatimizda yaxshi taassurot bilan ketishida, ularni yana bir kerak bo'lsa faqat Samarqand, Buxoro emas, vodiyga olib kelishda, ular bilan birgalikda o'sha Empire kinosi haqida gaplashdik, ya'ni tarixiy kino bo'ladimi, zamonaviy kino bo'ladimi, o'shalarni olishda endi bu yog'iga Farg'ona vodiysida ham tashkil qilishda siz yordamingizga muhtojmiz. Katta rahmat sizga. Vaqtingiz uchun, e'tiboringiz uchun. And with this I can say we are about to conclude our conference, and we have only one very interesting presentation by my friend Riyad Himadar. She is coming from Indonesia all the way around. I have been visiting Indonesia a lot and have been visiting mini Indonesia thematic park. She worked there and has huge experience on museum management, and I hope we can create cooperation, because for Uzbekistan's tourism, Indonesia is among the key markets, and always in the top 7 or top 10 visitors are from Indonesia. Ibu Rian, silakan. Endi taqdimotimizni Riyad xonimga beramiz va shu bilan konferensiyamizni menimcha nima qilamiz? Hozir biz bilan Said Abdullah aka, UNESCO eksperti, agarda aloqaga chiqmasalar, shu Riyad xonimni nimasi bilan nimani yakunlaymiz. Bu silakan.
Tes. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam, Namo Buddhaya, Om Santi Santi. My name is Rian. I'm museologist from Indonesia, and I work at Taman Mini Indonesia Indah. Literally is Indonesia, beautiful Indonesia in miniature park. It is a cultural park, tourism in Jakarta.
Demador xonim aytib o'tganlaridek, mini Indoneziya, ya'ni miniatyurali Indoneziya parkida ishlaydilar va u yerdagi bir necha muzeyga rahbarlik qiladilar. Bu park nafaqat tematik, ya'ni madaniyatni targ'ib qiladi, balki bu park orqali ichki turizmning eng katta maskanlaridan biri hisoblanadi.
My presentation about
Kalau mau silakan bisa langsung bahasa Indonesia kalau mau. Tapi kalau mau bahasa Inggris bisa langsung aja. Gak apa-apa itu. Bahasa Inggris supaya biar mereka ngerti, nggak apa-apa. Inggris aja.
Okay.
Yang mana cocok saya?
Mix. Okay. Yeah. My presentation about museum and heritage tourism in Uzbekistan. Next. Yeah. Why are museums important to Uzbekistan tourism? Based on research from Uzbekistan International Visitors Economy Survey, museum very demands for people, and cultural heritage is a favorite destination for tourists in Uzbekistan. And based on my research by internet, correct me if I'm wrong, museum fact in Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan has 110 museums and 28 museums managed by ministry, and 12 museums managed by private or community, and art museum or gallery are top rate and in demand by the people of Uzbekistan. So the government determined about the progress museum in Uzbekistan, because the most museum in Uzbekistan managed by government. We all know secret civilization and heritage in Uzbekistan, like historical building, archaeological site, traditional village, and natural history are tourism potential. And also Uzbekistan inherited the word of the science from the great thinkers, and has a high art, poem, architecture, textile, craft, and many more. So sites, historical building, historic house, and traditional village can be developed into eco-museum, historic house museum, living museum, or open-air museum. Museum is a powerful economic tool in cultural heritage tourism because museums are not a profit institution, but they need to be managed like a company that bring economic benefit to the country, region, and society. Museum can be powerful economic tool to the cultural heritage tourism and country. Museum not need to think about new business model. Their role have changed to attract more audience. Innovative and diversification of museum business model is vital. And then museum engage artists to museum and creative industry It is important because museum engages artists to reinterpretation of collection in their own way. The creative side of other industries such as interior design, graphic design, and multimedia can display collections that are more communicate. Museum create unique product and service in the field of creativity. Museum partnership with creative industry have the potential to spread information and knowledge more broadly to the public. And also reach new audience. In the end, the museum makes an important contribution to the economic development of the national creative industry. And to develop our museum must know about our museum consumer, adult, children, young, senior, and many more. And museum must understand about the character of the visitor, so they can make a fit or good program for the visitor. Museum must to know about the quality, benefit, service, and experience for their visitor. And museum offer aesthetic about learning, sociability, recreation, participation, and many more. And it is a source of income for museum from program public, event, restaurant, partnership, special exhibition, venue, membership, and many more. The history and culture of Uzbekistan are very unique and interesting to be retold and shared with tourists. All of these are the strength of Uzbekistan tourism. So storynomic tourism is one way to create a new interpretation tourism in Uzbekistan. Storynomic is a tourism approach that emphasizes narrative, creative content, living culture, and use the power of culture as the soul of destination. About people's story, the power on introducing the trades, culture, custom, culinary, for broaden to outstanding culture and heritage in Uzbekistan through the good persuasion with fascination, expression, for attracting the tourists and visitors. And then museum need to connect with their community. The best way to preserve culture is involve the public, especially the younger generation. How does the community feel connected to the museum? Does the museum understand their wish and voice? Museum provide a place for people to be creative and express themselves. And also the museum has a positive impact on the surrounding community. It is the example program in Taman Mini Indonesia, how museum build meaningful social connection. We have program, museum connect with program for elderly. It is Alzheimer Awareness Month. And then family program for strengthening the parent and child bond. And museum should provide mental health issue. Yeah. Museum as therapeutic environment and contributor for the therapy. That's me?
No.
Oh.
Smartphone.
And in Taman Mini, we are also have a program for disability, for Down syndrome, and for the deaf and the blind visitor. Yeah, and the important is museum support sustainability tourism. Is tourism activity have positive impact on the economy, the environmental and social, like souvenir shop, exhibition workshop, and many more. And I think the project of Miss Randy is can collaboration in museum. So museum can connect with the community and the economic, their economic. And then tourism activities support conservation, absolutely, and natural bio and geodiversity and cultural heritage to maintain the world diversity, and also local community involvement. Thank you, and maybe I want to play the video but Taman Mini dulu. Yeah.
Which one? This one? It's my file. Is it your video?
Yes.
Mana zoom dia kita kalau kuri lah. Main kurari zoom pak.
Yes.
Bali.
Taman Mini has 33 traditional house from 33 province in Indonesia. Diversity is very crucial in Indonesia. TMI has an important role for keeping the national bond, developing a good tolerance and mutual understanding among the people in Indonesia. So our concept is green, smart, inclusive, and culture. Yeah, we have 18 museum. It is Batik Museum. Yeah. 40,000 visitors every year. Yeah.
Terima kasih banyak.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Terima
Terima kasih banyak untuk kunjungannya dan waktunya.
Yeah.
It's our great pleasure to close our event. Saida Hon, Kokan Paper Master, artist, Adam, thank you so much. Expert at miniature art, Saida Jalilova, right?
Yeah.
Madam Saida Jalilova actually works, teaches at universities in Tashkent, but coincidentally she's from Namangan, and now we are discussing one very important element of branding. Randy would be, I think, interested to know about that. One very important element of branding, and also building one cross-related center when we are planning the new Axsikent tourism complex. So, Saida Khan, please, the floor is yours. English.
In English, okay. First of all, nice to meet you everyone, and I'm glad to be here with you. and I know so everyone is tired. That's why I will
No, they're
try to
pretending.
be
They're
short.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to be short. The first thing is, as you know, so in cultural tourism, the art is the main part. So I want to say about a little bit history of Boburian period miniatures. So, as you know, so Bobur was born in Axsikent and he moved to India.
Oxirgi taqdimotimiz. Oxirgi taqdimotimiz deydi. Saidaxonlar, chiroyli qilib
Yeah, okay.
izohlab bering, birma-bir shoshmang.
Before the Bobur, Indian was monumental art, but after Bobur's moving to India, it became Bobur's school, miniature school I can call. How can I say? As you know, so Bobur was not only king, he was a poet, he loved art, that's why he trying to encourage the art in India, and he consists Indian art from the Persian, and how can I say? As you can see here, the miniature from the Baburnama. Babur tells the story about his life, about the geography you can see there, and so many kind of miniatures. Next slide, please. In the next slide, you can see the portrait of Baburs. As you see, it's a different because the after is different. For example, the first member of Indian miniature school is a student of Kamaluddin Behzad. Wait a minute, can you give slide? Mir Said Ali. He was the first artist who created Indian miniature school, and Hoca Abdul Samad Shirazi. King slide. Bitti aldın Yana bitti. Altıncı slide'ga qo'yib yuboring. Altıncı. O'tkazing yana bitta. Yana. Arqa, nariyoga. Yana bitta. Here you can see the portraits is became a little bit different than Baburnama because this is from the Akbarnama. There is a Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan's portrait. So there is also famous artist Mir Said Ali. How can I say? I'm sorry, I'm a little bit ashamed.
It's okay.
So there is a big, how can I say, cultural heritage from the Indian, who became our and Indian, of course, cultural heritage. I can't explain. Nima desam bo'ladi? O'rtadagi uzviylikni bog'lamoqchi edimda.
Linkmi?
Yeah, bridge.
Bu davrdan keyingi davrga o'tish uchun
o'rtadagi elementda
it's intermediate link,
yeah,
from one period to
the second one. Keyingi linkga o'tkazavering. Here you can see miniatures from the Baburnama. This is a Persian style. The next one you can. This is an Indian style. You can see there is a more monumental than the first one. First one is from Baburnama. The second one is from Akbarnama. And I think the miniature is our national art. That's why it can help improve our cultural tourism. And the second one is silk paper. I want to talk about a little bit silk paper. Silk paper, why I choose this silk paper? Because every book starts from paper. That's why I'm trying to, can I say? Oh, I forgot this word. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I know. Why? Даже Uzbekchasini unutdim.
Uzbekchasini ham, no, if you don't remember the Uzbek one, I cannot.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yo'q. Qilinadi-ku, repair qilinadi-ku.
Repair?
Da.
Qayta tiklash.
Da, qayta tiklash.
Restoration.
Restoration of book, yeah, I'm so sorry. Here you can see process of making paper. I'm making paper from the mulberry tree.
Bark of the mulberry tree, bark.
Yeah, the skin of.
Skin,
Yeah.
bark.
The first thing, you are taking the skin. After that, you are boiling, you are mixing. Then you can take this wonderful paper. This is a process. I can explain the feelings because you are making paper from the tree, and the result is like silk feelings. That's why I want to show little short video. So in the end, you can see.
Video koy biraz. Şeklinde videonun
Basta,
markasındaki
basta.
bilen birleştirgen
This is a little process about how I'm making the paper. This was Turkish TV channel, and they are interested about that paper because, as you know, in Turkey, a lot of museums which have a lot of books from our country. That's why they want to work with us in the future. Maybe we can restore a lot of old books to nowadays. And thank you. That's all.
Thank you very much, Katta Rahmat Sayyida Khan. And it was kind of very, very logical. I didn't notice, the link between the first, a banner of our conference and the last presentation. That what we wanted, to say in the very beginning through the banner, that we would be focusing on the miniature while branding, bringing up to the consciousness of the people about the Farg'ona Valley. So use it Babur's portrait. So in the end, Sayyida Khan also concluded with her art. We are very thankful to her dedication, especially in preserving old art, 1,700 years, 500 years old art of paper making in Kokand and Samarkand. We are thinking and conceptualizing about the special center for the mulberry tree paper in Axsikent. And with this, we are ending our conference that started in 10 o'clock and now continuing until the 5 o'clock, and it was full of information, full of insight, and it brought up best minds around the world to contribute to the cause, to the promotion, to the branding, to the studies of the Farg'ona Valley and the Axsikent in this case. So we are very, on my behalf, I don't know about your, there were a lot of mistakes and some miscommunication as well as some technical issues, but from my point of view, I think the event was successful, at least to bring experts together to know each other, because there was a lot of project, a lot of discussion outside of the screen and the stage that we had during the trip, during the lunch, during our discussions day to day, and it created such a good, positive energy. And I hope this energy will contribute to materialize into something very interesting, to materialize into something very unique in Axsikent. And it would be Axsikent's new tourism center. And for this, for the event, for the organizational part, for helping us, supporting us to bring these friends all the way from various countries and from Tashkent, I mean Beate in this case, for Mr. Anwar, Mr. Bakhtiar, and of course Mr. Shavkat, the governor of Namangan, for supporting for our idea and initiative. And we hope it's just the first step. So Farg'ona Valley tourism is a very umbrella term. Visit Valley is an umbrella term. So the rest of the subtitles will be changing, and we are planning to have more and more, 5 or 6 extra conferences, more thematic, more diving into each aspect in 2023, and we will be happy to have you in our team. Thank you very much. Katta rahmat hammani e'tibori uchun. Baxtiyor aka, Anvar aka va albatta hokim biz mehmonlar nomidan, shaxsan o'zim nomidan tadbirni tashkil qilganligi uchun, shunchalik bu yerga olib kelib, har bir qadamimizni, har bir injiqligimizni, har bir ehtiyojimizni hisobga olib, shunday sharoit tashkil qilib berganligi uchun katta rahmat. Bu qilgan ishimiz faqatgina bitta tadbir doirasida yig'ildik, ketdik emas. Xudo xolasa, aynan Namanganni, Axsikentni va vodiyni turizm komandasi bor deyishimiz mumkin endi. Istagan turizmning aspektini aytsangiz, hozirgi mutaxassislarimiz sizga labbe deb javob berib, dunyoning eng yaxshi tajribasi bilan o'rtoqlashishga tayyor. Xudo xolasa endi sizlar misol uchun javob uchun uzoqqa borishingiz kerak emas. O'sha tashkil qilgan bitta WhatsApp gruppamiz yoki Telegram gruppasida bitta savol tashlasalaring, unga istagan javobni olishingiz mumkin, chunki bu yerdagi ekspertlarning salohiyati yetadi. Katta rahmat. Shuning uchun Baxtiyor aka, agarda yakunlovchi so'z bo'ladigan bo'lsa, Anvar aka, hamma ekspertlarimiz oxirgacha shu yerda turishibdi. Faqatgina Ritu Berry bizni Toshkentda tadbirlarimizga ketdi va Mark Qo'qon hozirga Qo'qonga borib qaytib keladi. Qolgan hamma ekspertlarimiz mana oxirgi soniyagacha o'tirib ko'rdilar. Zoom orqali ishtirok etgan ekspertlarimizning darajasi juda yuqori. Ularni ham xudo xolasa olib kelish va Axsikent uchun, Namangan uchun va yakunda o'sha Anorboyev domla aytganlaridek, axsi deganda qiziq narsa-da, domla aytdilar, oldin Farg'ona so'zi bilan ifodalangan va ikkita ma'noni bildirgan Xitoy hierogliflarida. Bu yuan va da yuan. Xudo xolasa o'sha Axsikent kichkinagina kompleksi, o'sha tarixiy obidasi yoki Anvar aka rahbarlik qiladigan kompleks orqali viloyat darajasida katta tadbir qilyapmiz. Texnologiya sababli, kelgan ekspertlarimiz sababli butun respublika bizni ko'ryapti, eshityapti. Kelgan ekspertlarimiz yordamida butun dunyo eshityapti. Shuning uchun xuddiki qilayotgan ishlarimizni mavqei, barakasi yana ham davomiy bo'lsin. Sizlarga yana bir bor katta rahmat aka.
Bugun biz bilan birga bo'lishdi, paketimizga yo'llanmasini qilishdi. Mana bu siz aytgan yo'l ishlarimiz va vodiy turizmi, Namangan turizmi, Axsikentni yangi bosqichga majmuaga aylantirishda barchangizni kuchimizga, quvvatimizga, bilimimizga tayanamiz. Barchaga yana bir rahmat aytaman. Ular qo'l nomidan rahmatlarimni aytib qo'yishni ruxsat berganingiz rahmat.
Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and also being part of our family during 2 days. And the conference is not over. Theory part, we are completing now. Tomorrow we have a field trip and practical part. So we are happy, to host you anytime you request, and also what has been presented today. We are ready to implement and support as a government. Anvar aka, prosta o'zimni ozgina qo'shganim, konferensiyamiz teoriya qismi tugadi, nazariya qismi tugadi. Ertaga xudo xolasa amaliy qismi va bevosita joyini ko'zimiz bilan ko'rib his qilish imkoniyatiga ega. Xato ekanman.
Rahmat. Assalomu alaykum. Hurmatli bizni shu xalqaro konferensiyani ishtirokchilari, mana Timur aka bilan ishladik. Mana haqiqatda amojon shu narsani birgalikda sababimizda mana to'g'ramizdan ishtirok etdilar. Hammaga rahmat, befarq bo'lmaganlar uchun. Bu endi boshlanishi, mana Axsikent boshlanganda kichkina semaydi, mavzuyida hozir mana xalqaro o'rinda bu narsani mana butun ekspertlar tan olib gapirishyapti. Ular hokimimizlar juda ko'p gapirdilar masala bo'yicha. Hammaga rahmat, sog' bo'linglar. Biz hozir mana shu matematik qismiga o'tamiz.
Mr. Bakhtiar, just I mentioned, he's advising to the governor, especially for the technology and IT part. He last week held IT technology conference. So on his behalf, he's also, thanking you for, accepting invitation, coming here, and also just also highlighting the efforts by Anwar Ikram, that from very small topic of Axsikent, very small complex of Axsikent, it turned it into international conference. It brought such a big pool of great minds here, and now all the governor is talking about this project, and they are passionate about this project. So, inshallah, we will continue this our cooperation and trip tomorrow as well. The day is still young. In the evening, we have the cultural event, I think, during the dinner, and tomorrow we will have more practical, more fun part of the day. Thank you so much. Now you are invited to coffee break, and then we will continue to the hotel. Then yeah, at 7:30 in the evening. There is at 7:30. We want to combine dinner with a concert, a cultural program. So please continue to be with us and join this cultural program, so we can explore our side by ability of dancing. I'm referring to Beata again, Sarah again, and Ahmad. I think I'm very sure he's a good dancer of Uzbek music, and Ahmad. I think Egyptian dance is very, music is very close to the Uzbek one. And Saida Khan, please be with us. Imrataka, please, be with us, with our team. We have, cooperation project with Turkish TV and with our friends. Let's move to the coffee break room. Thank you very much once more. It was our immense pleasure.